Hello and welcome to Facebook Live on Tuesday the 15th of March. I'm just bringing my computer up, see if it's loaded up. No, okay, let's refresh it again. Probably went a bit quick. And I think I'm on just a little bit before 8 o'clock as well, so just give people a chance to come on and join. And see if I can get a picture to come up, which would be nice. Oh, I didn't check my volume. Bear with me a minute, sorry. Hi Maxine. Hi Christine. I hope you can hear me okay. And everybody else who's joining, I'm not watching now at the minute, I'm sorry, I'm trying to sort my computer out because it does help. Got it. It does help to be able to see the comments and questions and stuff. Hi Dawn, hi Wendy. Oh, that's lovely, Dawn, that you've joined us. Hi Penny, hi Anne, hi Val, hi Sue. Oh, it's almost like our little group, isn't it? Excellent. Okay, I don't know what I've done to those comments now, never mind. Right, okay. Hi Lynn. Hi Catherine. Oh yeah, they're filtering through again now. Excellent. Oh, well, it's been such a hectic day. Hi Christine. Hi Jane. Really busy, so that's lovely. Hi Gemma. Hi Jill. Oh, this is so nice. There's so many of you joining me. Looking forward to tonight. Already ordered your new dies. Can't wait. Excellent. Hi Patsy. Hi Trisha. Oh, it's definitely all the people. Oh, I do miss seeing everybody, like doing workshops and stuff. Hi Carol. Hi Donna. It's just I don't even know where I would fit them into at the moment. Snap, lots of packing of lovely orders. Yep, I know you've been really busy, Hazel. You and Paul. Yep. Oh, excuse me. Hi Jennifer. Hi Anne. Oh yeah, and Kaz, poor Kaz, she's tested positive at the moment, but she's going to soldier on and do her live tomorrow. So anyone who's around at 10 o'clock tomorrow, don't forget that Kaz will be live on here as well, doing her, looking at her sample cards and also doing a demo. So if you can, then obviously watch. Yeah, I know Hazel. Sorry, Hazel did 2 workshops as well today and packed lots of orders. Paul just packed lots of orders. Oh dear. I'm keeping him sweet, Hazel. Hi Jean. Hi Susan. Hi Joanne. Oh, excellent. This is so lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. It does mean so much. You know, there's a lot of work goes into everything. And yeah, but it's lovely. So Christine, you bought, oh, your comments just whizzed past, sorry. Where's it gone? So you bought some dies and stamps from Hazel at the workshop this morning. Oh, excellent. I hope you had a lovely time. I'm sure you did. Hi Sheila. Oh. Hi Pat. Hi Susan. Trying to see if I missed anybody, sorry. He is a superstar, your Paul, definitely. Right, okay. Hi Brenda. Hi Sam. Okay, so I am going to flip the camera and start showing you some samples to start with. Your order's already been dispatched. Wow, fantastic. Hi Joe. That's service for you, isn't it, Anne? I have to say. Hi Angie. Oh, this is really lovely. So many names that, you know, I miss seeing all the ladies. Right, okay, but I mean, this is what I do love about this though, is that we can reach so many people that I obviously wouldn't see, you know, if it was face-to-face workshops. So it is great that we can see so many people. Yours as well, Sue. Excellent. And hi Isabel. Right, hi Belinda. Right, I'm going to flip the camera. So if I don't say hello now, then I will obviously go back and read all the comments afterwards. But I'm going to flip the camera, going to have a look at some beautiful samples from the design team, and then I've got my little twist on Hazel's card, which I really loved. So I hope I've done it justice. Okay, right, bear with me while I flip the camera. Hi Sylvia, lovely that you could join us. Has it been sunny in Gibraltar today? It's been lovely down south today. Really beautiful day. Very sunny. Okay, so this is, I've put a piece of white card down because the light glares ever so much on my glass mat. So I hope I've got it sort of positioned not too bad. This is a beautiful card that Emma Smith made. I'm going to show Emma's first because I've got them all boxed up separately, and then I will show the other design team members with the different dies and stamps and things. So if we run through Emma's first, just because they were loose, and then I've got lots of others to share as well. So I just think this is absolutely stunning. And it was Emma, seeing Emma's card where she's done the Miri card on the scallop circle, that made me die cut them in Miri, because I thought it just showed up the embossing so well. It's absolutely beautiful. And this actually pulls out, so you could obviously have a sentiment on there, but it's such a clever use of the hexagon dies on the aperture. I think that's so clever. This is the little flower that you get in with the hexagon as well, and just think it looks so lovely with that outline, and they're done in the glitter with the different colours in the middle. It's just beautiful. And then this, she did admit that the Daisy Bloom was one of her favourite dies, but she's also taken the leaves, so she's just cut the leaves actually. Let me get my boards. Oh, I'm going to mess everything up if I do that. Yeah, I'm going to mess everything up. But she's taken the leaf from the garden set, and I think that's so clever, like amazing. She's used the little daisy button as well, which is so lovely, beautiful. So, and she did say that the Daisy Bloom was one of her favourite, and I think when you start seeing all the samples you will understand that it is her favourite. But I cannot believe what she's done with this. This is the diamond that comes in the rectangle dies, and she's used it to create a background, but I'll show you inside in a minute as well. So she's got beautiful layered up daisies. We've got vellum ones on the top. Everything is heat embossed. So let me bring the lid up. So it's black heat embossed. This is onto pearlized paper, and then she's done it onto vellum as well. I mean, she must have such a good pair of scissors, because she doesn't half use them. But I love how she's put accents of the gold foil as well, like around the edge of her sentiments. And this is all from the rectangle dies. It all layers up so beautifully together. I just think that those dies, they really are brilliant. And I have to thank, I'm sure it was Hazel that said you should do little versions. So I'm sure it was. So thank you, Hazel, for that. But just look at that for a background. So how many times did she die cut that little diamond? She did say it's really worked its socks off. But she's used the daisy buttons as well. Some of them are stamped on the diamonds as well, and embossed, I have to say. I mean, the work that is in there, the layers. She's got white and then a little tiny bit of gold, and then the cream, the pearly cream, and then the black. It's just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So I want you to show lots of love for the design team, because it is so nice when they start seeing lots of hearts come up, that you really like what they're doing. So then next up, we've got this beautiful one as well, where she's used acetate this time, and really lovely sparkly embossing, but it's onto the acetate. How fab is that? And I love how she's done this circle that's in one of the stamp sets and put the sentiment inside. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, it was sunny in Fife as well today. I didn't see who that who that was. Oh, Jennifer. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day. I went down the garden and actually had a look. All the daffodils are starting to come out, and some of them are like those double bloom ones. Oh, they're absolutely beautiful. So that was another one of Emma's. And then she's made this beautiful shaker card as well. So this has got acetate on the top, and it's actually got sequins inside. That's a lovely shaker card. We've got the daisy blooms as well, and then she's used the flowers from the daisy buttons. So everything does really work really well together. They do cross over really nicely. I just think with flowers, you know, you can never have too many, can you? So the next one is where she's used garden blooms, and this is a lovely Z-fold card. Beautiful papers, beautifully made, and then she's put "Sending Love at This Difficult Time" on it. But she's decoupaged the flowers' heads. This is white embossed, got beautiful, delicate colouring on this. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm just reading that the feed keeps buffering. I hope that's... It hasn't for me at all. It did a couple of times last night, but it hasn't at all so far. So I'm hoping that it might be you, Jackie. I'm sorry. I don't want to really hope that, but... Oh, Trisha's saying no as well, and Christine. So there's another beautiful one. So I love how I love this just little skinny hexagon frame in there. Again, these lovely circles linking the hexagon. And then this is the flower that you get in with the circle dies. I just think it was such a good idea putting those extra dies in the pack. I mean, Emma's really used them to good use, because she's used the little flower that you get here. She's used that one, which is out of the circles. And then she's used the diamond one that you get with the rectangle. So I think they were really, really useful. Just those really, you know, those added extras, really. So, and then this is just so beautiful with the black and white and that hint of gold. She's used the heart dies out of Sweet Pea alphabet as well. Just beautiful. And I love the little splatters of black as well. I mean, it's so elegant. Really lovely. And then she did this one with Kaz's, and I've been teasing Hazel about this card because I just think that is absolutely beautiful. She's created an acetate front, so it looks like a window. So you've got a windowsill and then a shelf. She's got a hanging basket, but I love how she's coloured the flowers. Just with a bit of, it's actually pink rather than red, like I said, pink and green, but just very random. They're not in the right place. That's not right, is it? But, you know, like the trough is pink and the flower top is green. When I showed it to somebody, they said it reminded them of rhubarb. I just think the colour palette on that is absolutely beautiful. I love that card. I think that's absolutely fab. So let me pop Emma's out of the way so I've got some room. And I'm going to bring in the stamp ones first of all. So these are the ones that we didn't see last night. So these are for this stamp set, which is Garden Blooms, and there is 8 stamps in this one. So you've got the lovely big floral design, and then you've also got Happy Birthday, Thinking of You, Wishing You a Wonderful Day, Sending Love at This Difficult Time, Enjoy Your Day, Sending Hugs, and Special Friend. And so in that set, Hazel made this beautiful card. I'm going to move these out of the way so you can concentrate on the card. But she's actually die cut the Happy Birthday. So she stamped all the background, and then she has die cut Happy Birthday from it and lifted it up. So you're just seeing that little offset of black underneath, which is what she's layered it onto. So it like highlights that word. But I love how as you like tip it around, it almost like disappears. So clever. But how lovely is that? And I love the colour palette for this one as well. Absolutely beautiful. I love Hated Blooms. I don't understand that, Mary. It must be a typo, I hope. Okay, so this is one that Joe made with the stamp set. Totally different. We've got some embossing, and then we've got beautiful metallic. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this is, Joe. I know Joe's watching, isn't she? Can you tell us what metallic you use for this? Because that's stunning. The different colours that you get. Like the blues and purples and the pink. And I love how some of it you can still see a bit of the black behind it. So it gives it like real dimension. Really does look like the petals are curling. So I'd really like to know what... It's watercolours. Oh, right. Okay. That's gorgeous, Joe. And then this is one that I shared, actually. I realised I think I shared nearly all my ones that I'm going to do tonight. But never mind. This is, I mean, just how different do they all look? From that one stamp set, how different they look. This one, I did that technique that Hazel does, where you stamp it out with distressed oxide and give it a spritz of water. And then keep the stamp in the stamping press, put it back in and overstamp with the black. So you get that lovely, like watercolour effect. I was really chuffed with that one. You love the bloom stamps. I knew you didn't hate them. You wouldn't be watching, would you, Mary? And on this one, I added bits of glossy accent onto my... I've forgotten what these are called. Oh, I can't remember. I did know what those flowers were called that I drew, but I can't remember now. And again, I used the Heart Out of Sweet Pea, got the Sending Love at This Difficult Time, and that's onto vellum. And I used my original rectangle die. So again, you know, if you've got them, it's just fabulous for an A6 card. Okay, so that's the garden blooms, and that's all the samples for that one. Like I said with the design team, if anyone hasn't seen something, it's because it's already gone off. It's being delivered. Okay, so this is daisy blooms. I'm going to move it the other way because the light's catching it. There we go. So this is probably, is it my favourite? Honesty. Thank you, Wendy. That's what it was. It's meant to be honesty. You're right. Thank you. So I think this is probably fast becoming my favourite stamp. Like Anne said, I think it was today, that it was fast becoming her favourite stamp. Really useful. I love the fact that you can just do part of it. You can do all of it. It's really versatile. And I love these little rings. What people have been doing with these. I've got a lovely card that Hazel's done with this to share with you. And the little ones, the card that I put in the wrong pack last night where Joe had done just the little stamps, they just make your stamps stretch so much further. So with those, they're the stamps. And then Joe's made this beautiful one. I love this. And she's die cut one of the scallop circles and she's inked it, like blended the inks on it, which just looks so pretty. But she stamped the flower onto her card and then she's stamped it. Now, I would imagine she stamped the card first and then she's positioned her circle and stamped again. So you might even have actually stamped the card, stuck the circle on and then stamped it again. You could tell us, Joe. Actually, Joe, you could show us one day. You could do a live lovely of how you made that beautiful card. There we go. But I love it because it's actually onto the card, but it is also onto the lovely scallop circle die cut. And I have to say, she's cut 2 or 3 of those and put them together. And if you could feel that feels so lovely. There's so much thickness to it. It's beautiful. You can't remember. Well, you better remember. I think we should get Joe doing a Facebook Live for that one. It's beautiful. This one I did, again, just using the little ring of flowers in rainbow colours and adding a little sentiment. Really clean, really simple, but just looks beautiful as well. Interesting. Joe and I went for similar sort of colours. And again, I've done it onto my rectangle. Put a little bit of vellum across. I'll bring it up so you can have a look. And it's white embossed. I did one of those really watery distressed oxide backgrounds. and then I stamped and embossed in white on the top. I let it dry and then just added my flowers on the top. And then I went back in and actually added a little bit more colour so it really stood out on my background. And then I've been talking to somebody, been talking to Debbie tonight about this one. This is the Pearly Winks Vibes in the background. And I just absolutely love these onto super smooth. It feels printed. It is absolutely stunning. And stamped in black. It's got some of the copper sheen on it because it's got a bit of sparkle in there as well, but it's got a colour to it. And then I just pulled out elements of it with a white pen and added some little dots here and there as well. When I put my Wink Vibes down, I did spritz it with water, so I lifted some of it up. But yeah, and a few little glosses. Perfect. And then I love this one of Philippa's. It is Philippa's, isn't it? Yes. Look at that lovely inky background. Now, I don't know if Philippa is watching. I haven't actually seen, I didn't see her come up, but she does usually. So Philippa, if you are watching, I'm intrigued now because you've got colour. This is just a flat card. Oh, did you mask? I wonder if you masked them, because there's a little bit of colour there, but you've got the colour beautifully around them. And I never would have thought of doing one in the middle and one either side. So it's almost like joined up. Beautiful. And then this is the little one that I love that Hazel created using that little flower. This is, I think this is Pearly Winks Vibes again. And it's got some of the glimmer spray or pearl mist on the top. It's very sparkly. It's beautiful. And again, she's stamped in black and she's used, I think it was colour pops, if I remember rightly, to colour the flowers in, or a gel pen, or it might have been a white pencil. Might have been a white pencil. And then just some of the flowers. So this is how versatile those flowers are. These are in one set. This is in another set. But how they all mix and match and work so well together. So they're our ones for our Daisy Bloom. Move those out of the way. And then I've got my Daisy buttons next. So I'm only showing the ones that you didn't see last night. So if anyone didn't watch last night's, you could go and watch that. It's on my page, so you could watch it and catch up. And then, oh, it was a white gel pen. Sorry. Thank you, Hazel. You could do it with colour pops though, couldn't you, I would think. But a white gel pen, you've got more control. So this is Daisy Blooms, and there are 14 stamps in this one. You've got the lovely circles, you've got the wording, but you've also got these lovely little elements as well. And this is what you're seeing the girls use so much. So just really does, you know, give you so much more versatility. So this is the card I realised that I shared this morning on social media. So I did this onto a piece of card and stamped all around, and then I die cut my scallop so it's raised up. So you probably don't pick it up when you see it flat, but you can actually see it because you've got that dimension there. And then I did a couple of flowers and pulled out one of the sentiments, again added more sentiments, and I used the Carin markers to do this one, which is why it's so bright and vibrant. So that's that one. And then unfortunately I shared this one as well. I did really well. I love this, just the simplicity of it, because I love to colour. Just to stamp these and then colour these in, it's a completely flat card, bit of glitter glue, and I'm happy basically. So, and I put a few glosses. I do love the sentiments white embossed onto black as well. So that was that one. And then my last one, this was Jo's, where she's done the different buttons in her rainbow colours. Love how she's added the word in, because you get the circle and you can add the word in. And then she's also heat embossed in gold, wishing you a special day, and a few glosses. Absolutely gorgeous. This was the first card you made, wasn't it? Hang on. That was... Yes, it was the first card I made. You're right. Yes, because I shared it with you. I remember it was my first one. Okay, so moving on to Kaz's now. So I've got my indoor garden. So this is her houseplant one. And you've got 14 stamps in this one. So you've got your hanging basket, you've got some little cacti, you've got Monstra. She's watching, she'll be killing me. Or was this one called Monstra? I think that's called Monstra, isn't it? Because it's big. That's mother-in-law's tongue. I know that much, but I don't know what it's really called. And that is a peace lily and not a calla lily. I think that's right. And these ones she did tell me as well, and I've forgotten again. I'm useless. And lovely tag and lovely wording, and they all fit inside. Yeah, I thought it was a cheese plant as well. Maybe that's... No, that one began with an L, I think. Anyway, she did tell me last night what they were, but I've slept since then. Sorry, Kaz. I can't remember everything. This is a beautiful one from Philippa. I love how she's die cut the circle from the circle dies, and it's actually the one with the embossed dots around the edge. So you've got a lovely bit of interest to each of the circles. And then she's just, I don't mean this rudely at all, but she's just stamped in brown. It looks like aged mahogany to me, and pulled the colour out. Oh, there we go. Look, it's a Monstra. Oh, I can't say that word. Yeah, it's that. AKA cheese plant. To mere morsels. I love this though, just pulling out the colour from a distressed oxide. I think that is beautiful, Philippa. And then she's done something completely different, where she's done her plants any colour you like. How lovely is that? And then I've just realised I loved this pattern, and I've just realised that's the diamond out of the rectangle. Literally just realised that. That's beautiful. I think a tea, in fact, I know I would send that to my niece Daisy, who just loves all different colours, and she would love that. That is beautiful. And then we've got this one from Jo, where she's done the Monstra, whatever it was, aka cheese plant, in the different greens. So she's got a very soft green, but it goes darker as she goes across her card. I love that. Jennifer's just put, oh, look at those brown plants. Look, my plants go like that. Brilliant. Mine don't. I'm doing really well with mine at the moment. And then we got this lovely little one as well from Jo, where she's used the cactus. Again, she's used the rectangle dies to create a mask. And this is flat onto the card. So she's used it like a stencil and then inked through that. And I love these really bold bits of colour around. I don't even know how you've done that, Jo. I've no idea. Maybe another Facebook Live. And then we've got this beautiful card. I'm going to move these out of the way so you can see this one. This is a beautiful card from Hazel. I love this. So she's used one of the plants to give this edge around the card. So that would be, that's the hanging basket she's used around the edge. Yep. And then she's got her cheese plant and her peace lily, the one I can't remember. And then inside, so she cut the aperture, but she's put it inside, got a bit of stenciling with her stencils. And again, just the hanging basket just in black, but then you've got it coloured on the front. Oh, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's so lovely to see so much variety from Kaz's stamps. Absolutely loving it. Oh, right. Oh, that's so clever. So what Jo's done to get the colour here is she's stamped it, but on the shape, so on the actual stamp, she's taken it out and put the ink on the wrong side of the stamp so that you get the colour, which is why you're not seeing it. I mean, the orange is quite good, but these blue, where you get the the lines, because it's a solid stamp, it doesn't like to sit on it and it pulls a little bit. So sometimes it doesn't give you perfect stamping, it gives you this like variegated effect, which is just perfect. But so she's actually used the wrong side of the stamp to apply the ink, because that is just bigger than the shape of the stamp. Oh, Jo, that's amazing. That's brilliant. See, it never ceases to amaze me. How many years have I been in this business? And every day's a school day. Always learning, which is fabulous. And then this is Kaz's In My Garden, and there are 20 stamps in here. So you've got the lavender, you've got the lovely watering can with flowers, you've got the grasses and the stones, and I'm sure that Kaz is going to show you lots of ways of using those. Then you've got her herbs, which are rosemary and basil and thyme and mint. And then you've got the trough with the geraniums. And you've got her little birdie, her snail, her butterfly with the trail, and her bumblebee. And then we've also got the plant stick, which we saw that amazing card last night from Hazel, that she turned into a picket fence, which was just incredible. And all of these sayings will fit inside. So you've got happiest of birthdays, a little birdie told me, just a note, and from my garden. And so the last of the bits that I've got to show for this, I love this that Jo's done. She's done seed packets. So she's got geraniums and butterflies and a little bird, and they're for my garden. But little envelopes so you could fill them with seeds. I think that's so clever. Beautiful card from Marion. She won't mind me saying this, really clean and simple. Just stamped in black, a little bit of glitter on that lavender, if I'm picking it up. And a beautiful embossed piece behind. And then she's used the circle die and the little skinny frame as well. All white, just stunning. She's done a little bit of ink in here. She's used some pieces of card, and to me it looks like a window. But she's done a little bit of ink in behind each of the flowers and then just over stamped in black. Again, a really simple card, but so effective. Another one from Marion. Yes, it is, yep. So she's got her 3 lavender with her glitter on it, a few little butterflies, and she's used the rectangle dies to cut out as well. So she's layered those up. And it's onto a nice embossed background too. They're beautiful. And then I believe this one is Philippa. Great use of the rectangle dies here and the square. And then she's got her herbs all growing up on top of her sentiment, which I just think is lovely. And they're beautiful soft colouring of them as well. Absolutely gorgeous. It never ceases to amaze me. Philippa does so many different styles. Like, I would say I can look at a card of Marion's and say Marion did that. I can look at a card of Hazel's and say Hazel did it. Jo as well, and Kaz. And then I look at now I would have said that could be Kaz's, that could be mine. And then again, this one, this is Philippa. Beautiful colouring. It looks like with pencils. It's absolutely stunning. And I love how she's used the plant stick for the little different, for the sentiments. And then popped out the bird. That's using the little tiny square that you get in the square dies. But it's just like spotlighting the bird. Absolutely stunning. I think, yeah, Philippa's got the most, can't think of the right words now. I don't want to say versatile range, but she does so many different styles. Incredible. Okay. So now I have a few samples that go with each of the dies. So I'm not going to run through the dies again. I might get them out, but so from the square die, and I'll just show you the one board. I'm not showing you what you can create. You need to go and watch last night's if you want to see that. So with the square dies, you're going to get 5 dies. You've got some beautiful embossings on there. So you've got lovely scallop and dots. You've got double lines. You've got single frames, and then the little one as well, which gives a bit of an embossing. And so this is what you're going to get when you die cut them all. And then you can create things like this. So Marion has used the scallop square, created a beautiful blue background, And just that lovely simple with the watering cans and the tea all picked out on the hearts and the centres of the daisies. And then she's foiled her embossing folder in the background as well, which I'm sure will be a technique that she'll be doing some Facebook Lives about. This is one of mine. This is the little 4 squares. So that when I was showing you yesterday, this die here, number 5, is 4.5 centimetres, and that's a size diverse. Thank you, Mary. That's a perfect word for Philippa. So this is 4.5 centimetres, and they're the size that I like to use, whether I'm doing 4 or 9 or 6 or whatever on a card. These have all got the herbs and then a little tag for my sentiment, and I just drew the little lines around it as well. So really simple. So this is why I say that Philippa is diverse, because this too is Philippa's. And you know, it's beautiful. Lots of bright, vibrant colour, which is much more how I think of Philippa than beautiful soft watercolouring. But she's so talented, she can do both. She's so lucky. And this on here, she's created the most beautiful. This must be 2 or 3 layers, these frames. If you could feel it, and I really recommend you do that. When you add a die cut, like if you die cut a square and make it into a frame, cut 2 or 3 of them and layer them up and feel the difference that it feels like on your card. It's like chipboard. It's like a proper dimensional embellishment. It makes such a difference to the card without adding too much depth for obviously posting and things. Lovely sentiments, lovely glosses in there. I mean, that is literally rectangles and squares, die cut in black, die cut in white, and that beautiful splash of neon colour. I mean, that's a teenager's card, perfectly done. Beautiful. So let me pop this to one side. I won't put it away, I'll sort that out later. I've got to make a card yet. I just realised it. Gosh. Okay, I better hurry up. Right, so we have our hexagon dies, and we have 5 dies in here, and you get the little flower as well. And so you'll cut all these hexagons, and then I love this. Jo did this. How clever is that? She's used the rectangle die frame to create a little vase, and then she's added her flowers. How beautiful. Simple but beautiful. And then we've got this one, which I've offset some squares, but I've used the little flower that you get in the hexagon die, and I've alternated the different colours around the edge. So the outline one is a different colour to the inside. And then again, just one of the squares with my sentiment. I love this little one, just the 3 cactus put on one of the hexagons. This is one's got a lovely double line embossing. I mean, you can't get much simpler than that with just a sentiment, and I use the silver glosses in there. Then this is another one, beautiful one of Philippa's. Again, so diverse. Beautiful hexagons layered up, and then the other ones, there's just 1 layer, but these white ones, there's 2 layers. So it really, when you see it in real life, it really does lift them up. And then just parts of the flower stamp. So that's from the floral buttons, the big sunflower one. And then I love this that Marion's done. Great for a man's card. Imagine doing that in blues and greens, or, you know, just different colour combinations. But it's a great male card. Just lots of the hexagons, the frames that you get when you're cutting the different ones out, all layered up, and just with the sentiment. And then lastly, for the hexagons, I created this card. I've die cut the hexagon frame and then layered the lavender into it. But I cut the edge of my card, but I then covered it in actual paper so that it really drew your eye to that shape of the hexagon, and then used the little birdie and the messages. So that's the hexagons. And then on to the rectangles. There's some really clever ones in here. Really clever ones. Don't get it out. Okay, so you are getting the 5 dies again. So this is what they will cut. You get the diamond, and the lovely scallop edge, and these ones with the skinny frames as well. And then I love this that Hazel's done, where she's used the diamond to create like a sun and put one of the circles in there. And I love how she's done this with the empty one as well, adding the daisies and the sentiment. And again, the rectangle die in the background. Then we've got another one I think I shared on social media with the daisy, but this is the original rectangle, and then I've added the little rectangles that you get to do my sentiment on. And again, it means you can pull in this daisy because you've got that extra stamp. Another one from Marion, where she's done the rectangle flat onto the card, so it's just got some raised, it's not raised up, it's glued directly down, but you can see it in real life. And then you've got the herbs, and we've got some of her foiling as well along the bottom. And then I love this, so clever. Marion's done this one where she's done all of the diamonds in rainbow colours and then done a little bit of inking around the edge of one of the skinny frames. And then I thought this was so clever from Jo. She's obviously cut herself a stencil from the diamond and inked through to create this lovely pattern. And then she's used a sweet pea, and she's used an ombre of ink pads to give you that lovely soft change of colour. Just beautiful. And then the sentiments are from the sets as well. Amazing. Such a clever DT. I really do have the best set of people. Okay, so the circle dies. So this is what you're going to cut. This is what you're going to get. You're getting 5 of those. So it's 6 with the square that you get, and then 5 with everything else. And then we've got another one from Marion. Beautiful. I love how she's cut the circle in half as well, so it really draws your eye to the sentiment. The flower that she's layered up, and I love how she's offset this. And this is all done with the lovely foiled fab foilers, and it's also been through an embossing folder as well. It's got some dimension to it. It's beautiful. And then I created that one using Kaz's garden set, but onto the circle as well. That's a scallop circle, and I put little dots in each of the actual embossed dots, so I knew where to put them. And it's dots of liquid pearls, but it just really draws your eye to them. And then I created this one using the big skinny frame, and then lots of the flowers die cut from pattern papers, and then I put the little daisy in the centres. And again, this is the rectangle die. So they're my cards. So let's clear the decks and let's get creating. Let's put my bit card away. I'll put that away in a minute. Okay, so this is going to be my take on Hazel's card. So I've done quite a bit of it, thank goodness. Otherwise I would just be talking forever. Okay, so I'm going to do a bigger card. So I've got a 5x7, or an 18x24, I should say. And where Hazel's cut her aperture in the front here, I wanted to do that as well. And I'm going to do it into the foiled card as well. So I need to get my dies out. I need to just move all the boxes and sample cards around so that I can get to my switch. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to die cut my aperture in my card. So I'm going to pick out my circle die, and I need the new one, and I know that I need the old one. Oh, it fits in perfect. It must have been made for it. Okay, so I'm going to put those two together, and I'm going to decide where I want it on my card first of all. And I'm going to take some of my blue painter tape, because it's nice and strong and it's going to hold my dies beautifully in place. So I'm going to use a couple of pieces of that. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put my cutting plate on the top because I'm being a good girl and doing it the way they tell me with the die up. Okay, and what I should have done is I should have switched the switch and made it go back the other way because I got lots of horrible marks. Never mind, that'll be the inside, so that's fine. I'll sort that out. They're all come off. They're just bits of paper that are in the actual plate. What I recommend, if you're doing something like this, what I recommend is that you actually put a piece of photocopy paper over the top of your die cutting plate so that you don't get the marks that's on the plates on your card. Is that your make of Miri card, Julie? The Miri card I got, have I covered the holes up or is there no holes in this? Oh, that's going to be interesting. Okay. Bear with me. I am just popping my piece out that I don't want, so I'm not worrying about it too much. I should do what Hazel does, shouldn't I? I bet it won't do it now. No, it doesn't want to. There we go. Right, I've got it out now. It's because I've got my other die stuck to it. So I have a ring there that I can use for another card. I have my aperture cut in my card. And I now need to cut my Miri card using the same dies. And I need to answer that question, sorry. Is that your make of Miri card? Right. I'm sure that Hazel has Miri card. This was some that I had. So bear with me while I cut this out. I don't know what colours, if Hazel's still watching, Hazel, you're more than welcome to answer that if you have. Right, so now I've cut, let's get the die off, my Miri card. And all I want, obviously I'm going to keep the bit that comes out the middle. So I've got that for another card. Now I can take my die out and this will make it much easier to get this one off. Look at that. Now I've just realised, okay Hazel, how did you do that? I've done that wrong. Oh. Right, so what I'm going to do, you don't cut the same size hole, do you? I bet she's watching and going, no, don't do that. Right, bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to score another piece of card. Now this is at 12. Because if I cut the same size aperture, I can't stick my frame on it. So I have to cut, I need to get my head around this. I need to cut a smaller aperture, don't I? God, you can tell I'm tired. Okay, so now I just want this one and I cut the aperture in the front of my card. So now we place this down on here. And so I can show you now what I was meaning. So just with a scrap, let's get the plates back in. So when I put this down, actually look, you can see, look at the state of them. It is on the wrong side, so this should be lovely and clean. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, if you were doing it so that your card, because I'm placing my card die down, if you were doing it so that if you were cutting it, because normally I would cut like this, but I'm trying to be good and it says cut upwards. So I'm trying to do as they say. If you did that and you had your plates on it, if you just cover your card with a piece of paper, it protects it from getting all these horrible marks in it. Right, but I don't need to do that now, so bear with me while I just cut this again. Okay, so now we have a card that has the right sized aperture in it. And I'm just going to remove the tape carefully because this is really strong and very sticky. You can always, I should have changed to removable Scotch tape. I only usually hold them together with the painter's tape because it is really good when you're wanting to cut frames, and it does really keep them in the right place. So that's my die from my original set, so that's got to go back in there. And now I've got my card, and we can place that lovely foiled circle around the edge of it now that I've cut it the right size and it's not too big. So get rid of any excess. Sometimes you get little wispy bits of card. Make sure you get rid of those. And I'm just going to put little dots of my glue around, and then I always open my card up when I'm placing this around the edge of my aperture. Just find it much easier, and firm that down. So now we have my piece ready to go on. I think I'm going to put this one in the middle, and then I have a few littlies, and I'm going to have some flowers around the edge and another couple of littlies down the bottom. Right, so that's my plan, and then I'm going to stamp some sentiments as well. So I will have all these pieces that I can use for another card. So now we've got that on, let's put this piece in the centre so we know where we're aiming. And all I did was I stamped and hand cut these out, and I stamped in black and used my VersaFine, and then I coloured them with warm lipstick, warm lipstick, picked raspberry, and Kitsch Flamingo. And the greens I use Mowed Lawn and a little bit of Rustic Wilderness. And I've cut out the flowers and cut into them so that I can curl and shape the petals like I like to do. So you've got some real dimension to our flowers. And then the little bit of blue in the background is actually Salvage Patina. Haven't used that one for ages. So we've got our flowers, just shaping the last one. And then we can just add a little bit of wording. Okay, so I'm going to have some foam pads. I think they'll be too big. They will be. So we'll cut these in half. And probably in half again. Okay, so you could have some of them would look nice raised up. I'm going to put a foam pad on each one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm going to do one on each. I am going to do one on each. I was going to say it'd be nice. You could have some flat and some raised up if you wanted to alter it a little bit. But I think I'm going to have them all raised up. Okay, so now I'm going to work out where I want my flowers. I thought I had another one. Felt sure I had 5. We'll see in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to have this one over here, and then this little one. Oh, I do need some room for my stamping my sentiment, don't I? Okay, so then we'll have this one just tucked behind a little bit, and we'll put the other daisy at the bottom. So we'll have this one down here, and I'm thinking Right, so yeah, I'm going to go about there. And then we've got the other one that we can have up at the top. Make sure it fits into the top of your card, or onto the top of your card. I bet when I lift the card up there's another one. No. Okay, I couldn't have done another one then. So before I stick these flowers on, I'm actually going to do my stamping, because then I'm not going to have so much. Obviously I've curled and shaped them, so there's much more dimension there. So bring in my press. I can't stamp without it now. And I'm going to place this down, hold them in place. Let's bring in my sentiments. So I think we will have wishing you a special day, and we'll have happy birthday. And in this other one we have just for you as well. Oh look, the just for you fits perfectly there, as if it was made to go there. Right, and then I'm going to come in a minute with some of the little ones, because I think it makes such a difference. Now I just need to make sure, because I don't think that one looks very straight. That one's okay, that one's okay, that one's okay. Well, we'll know in a minute if they're not. So a little bit of ink, really gently with your ink. These are lovely and fine, these sentiments, so you want to go gently with your inks. Don't go heavy-handed. And then just kiss fairy fingers for your sentiments. Lots of ladies who have done a workshop with me will know. Look how beautiful they've come out then, because I've gone really, really gently with not very much pressure at all. So let's put the just for you can go away in there. And we've got wishing you a special day and the happy birthday. And then I'm going to bring in the little sprig and find my, oh, where's my block? Oh, there's my block. Find my block. And I love how Hazel had them poking out from the frame, but because I've stuck it down, I should have actually stamped them first. And I'm going to bring my head in, I think. But I just loved how these were just popping out from the frame. Just have a couple of those. Take your time, don't rush, because it's when you start rushing that you just wobble or something, and you don't want to ruin it because it's looking rather lovely. So we've got that, and then I'm going to take the heart because I love hearts. It was so funny. I watched Hayley the other day. We had some bits in a happy hour, and she was saying about how I wasn't allowed before to have hearts in anything, and so now I have hearts in everything. It just really made me laugh that she remembered it. Okay, so I'm like loving that. I think that heart just makes such a difference. And now let's bring the little flower in as well. So this really shows how versatile these little stamps can be, just for really adding that extra bit of interest to your card. I think I'm going to keep it near the sprigs. Okay, so let's pop that away. Loving my storage. Thank you, Hazel, for that. And I saw that she's got a new one now, so now I'm going to have to do some new ones. But I loved it. She's got a lovely video on her Hazel Eaton freelance tutor page. So if you don't belong to it, go and join it, because amazing videos and stuff. She shares lots. Okay, I'm going to put these down onto part of my frame. So it's overhanging, so it's going to draw your eye down there as well. I'm going to have one up on there, tuck it underneath. Don't want to get it on the inside of my card at all, so be careful with your glue. I'm going to put my glue on my card this time because I don't want to get it going on the inside. And we can have the little heart popping out of the behind the leaves. Oh, that's lovely. So this was my take on Hazel's beautiful card. Let's get these out of the way and bring Hazel's in. In fact, I will do what I did with my white card. If you could see my dining room. Let's put it on a bit of paper because it's the glass is horrible with the light. There we go. So that's my version, and this was Hazel's version. So actually they're quite different, really. I love how she did the wording. I love that she spritzed it with something pearly over the top as well. But just bringing in that foil, and it was seeing Emma's foil. Just look how the embossing just really shows up so, oh, there we go, so beautifully. And those colours are just so pretty, aren't they? And I should do little dots. I'll put some glitter glue on it next. Have to have a bit of glitter glue. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera just again a minute. Bear with me. Get a nice view of my hand. Let's move that light out of the way. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I did. I'm sorry I've kept you a bit longer than I wanted to, or I meant to. But I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, the design team are just amazing. The sample cards, just incredible. Don't forget, if you want to have a look at them, they're all on our Pinterest boards. If you head over to Pinterest and then / Julie Hickey Designs, there is a board for every single stamp set die that we have. And all the design team cards are on there as well. So yeah, head over to there and get pinning away. And don't forget, tomorrow at 10 AM, Kaz will be back here on Julie Hickey Designs page, where she'll be showing her sample cards, which will be amazing. And she will also be doing, making a card as well. Yes, I am on TV next week. I'm on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And that's the only hour we've got. We've only got 1 hour, so Tuesday at 1. Yeah, so thank you ever so much for joining me. And thank you to the design team and to everybody, and to you for placing so many orders today as well, for keeping all the stockists busy, I hope. I know you've kept one stockist very busy. But yeah, no, thanks ever so much, ladies. Really appreciate it, and can't wait to see what you make as well. So when you get your goodies, please share. And if you put the hashtag Julie Hickey Designs, I usually get to see it. Or better still, share it in the Crafting Friends with Julie Hickey Designs. So join the group and post in there. So enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.